Good morning. Avalanche. Earthquake. The cat is on the table. Good morning, everybody. It's September 19th, a Monday, and this is episode 23 of the My Two Tips podcast. My name is Elise. Nice to be with you this morning. I hope the lighting's going to be okay. I brought in a second lamp into this room because this room, the living room, doesn't have like an overhead light, so it's also super gray outside. I'm hoping this looks okay. So I have some winners to announce. I'll announce them officially on here for the Knit City weekend passes giveaway. I did a random number generator, and the first person that won was number 3, and that is Susie. She is also on YouTube, I believe. As long as I have the right person, I'll link her in the show notes or put her information up on here. And the second person was post number 7, and that was Kate, who was Fits and Starts. Hi, Kate. Yeah, really fun to draw those people. Yeah, so I'll see you at the show. There's still, until this upcoming Saturday, for the other prize. So if you're commenting on the last video, great. I think that's the most comments I've ever had on a video, so thank you. But yes, on to today. So it's the morning, and I'm trying to record this fairly quickly. Andrew's been at the dentist this morning, so I'm hoping that I can get this all done before he gets home. But we'll see. Coffee this morning. I didn't have any coffee all weekend, so it's very nice to have it this morning. I used up the last of the cream. But it is salted caramel flavored coffee beans with frost cream and some maple syrup as the sweetener. Is that not fall in your face or what? I mean, it's not pumpkin, but it's totally delicious. I think I can just get right into all the good stuff. I hope this is focused. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to stay back here. Okay, first things first. Off the tips. So I think I only have 2 things, which is pretty good. I've got a hat, which I didn't even have on the needles last time, I think. So this is a hat. Ugh, you can't even see the details. I'll put some pictures in. But this is it. Not going to even go on my head very well because that mess of a hairdo. But yeah, there's the hat. There's nice smocking detail all up here. Yeah, whatever. And it is the Gather hat by Tin Can Knits. Really lovely pattern. And I treated myself to using my extra skein of, it's now Luxe ADORNA knits, 100% cashmere yarn in a DK weight that I had originally bought for my Halagar shawl to deploy, to get the right weight, blah, blah, blah. Needless to say, it is now a hat. It is not deplied. The ends are woven in, they're just not snipped. I have a tendency to weave them in but not snip them. So it's woven in, but just not snipped. And it only used 1 skein, which I was a little nervous about. My friend Laura lately has been knitting some hats, and she runs out. Like, she should have more than enough. Then she gets into the crown decreases, and boom, this much yarn left. So I didn't have that happen, but I was worried when I got, you know, up to this-ish point. And I was like, oh no, am I going to have enough? Especially with the smocking detail. Yeah, you can't see that. Oh, there's a little bit. So there's like a little loop that goes around, kind of like a mock cable, to make the 2 rows kind of go like this. And when they come in, there's a loop that goes around them. That uses up extra yarn than just a normal stitch. So I was wondering, I was really concerned. But yes, this is the Gather Hat by Tin Can Knits. It is wonderful. I have entered it into the Canada Cal because I can. And oh, I love it. It's really, really lax. Super great. Feels amazing. And then you guys aren't, well, if you follow me on Instagram, I've wrecked the surprise. But are you ready? Just, are you ready? Yep, that's right. This is the exploration station, and it is off the tips. What? I don't even remember how much I had of this done last week, but I don't think it was much. But there's the brioche, which is super fun. Awesome. Not quite clear on there, but it's so much fun. There's the back side. So much fun. It's so squishy. And I really, really like it. There's a train going. It's not even close to the house, but we tend to hear them all the time. Oh, it stopped. But yeah. So the brioche, this is my first ever time doing brioche, which I am very, very pleased with. I can't wait to do another project. And it takes a little bit of time, but I think doing a 2-color brioche is really handy because you can really get to understand, like, oh, this stitch goes together with that stitch, or this yarn over goes with this stitch, which I think is really handy. I made some mistakes. However, because I'm a little bit OCD with some things, I tinked back a row and a half. And then I reknit it and it was fine. And I don't even remember whereabouts that was, but I could tell that something was wrong because the purple wasn't being raised in the same way, so I knew that I had done something. And then in another section, I don't remember if I was watching, you know, something on Netflix, or if I had, I don't know, set it down for, heaven forbid, too long, and then picked it up and a stitch had dropped. Yeah, a stitch had dropped. It didn't panic. I looked at it, and then, you know what? I picked it up and I wove it back up. Totally fine. So if, you know, if you're panicked about the fact that a lot of people say, like, oh my god, brioche, you know, it's horrible to tink back, it's impossible to fix your mistakes, I'm going to be the naysayer and say you can do it. It takes a bit of brain work, but if you kind of look at how these other stitches are lying that are correct, you can totally figure it out. It's totally doable. So give it a try, you guys. And this is a great introduction to brioche. It's only, I don't remember, probably 32 rows worth of knitting, I think, something like that. Not bad. And it's so squishy. Love it. And then I finished the Sassy Slips sections, which I will fully divulge is not my favorite section. There was a lot of knit one, purl one in here. And on the forum for the cow, we've been talking a little bit about going down for a needle size for the brioche section. I did not, and I think I'm really glad that I didn't, because this slip section is really, really flat. Like, it almost looks woven, kind of when I see it there. Like, it's very, very flat. And because of that, if I had gone down for a needle size for the brioche, I think it would kind of have gathered funny in there. So I'm really glad that I didn't. And then after that is, I think he calls it nothing but knit, and that's just a whole bunch of alternating stripes, but in garter, I guess. But it's done differently. It's done kind of like the brioche, how you knit with one and then you come back to the same side and you knit with the other. So it's not going like traditional back and forth garter, which I guess is why it gives you kind of the ridges. I don't know if that's picking up. Maybe I'll insert like a video, a closer up video. And then the chevrons, which I didn't think I was going to do, but I did. Why not? I don't mind them. And my first ever I-cord bind off. I really like it. It's super like clean and sassy. Love it. But I haven't blocked it yet. I have not woven in the gajillion ends that there are. There are so many ends. But it'll happen. It'll get blocked. But I think maybe I'll do one of these. Because I think too, if I block it, I'll be able to wear it a little bit easier. It won't necessarily like bunch up as much, but I love it. Yeah. So yeah, that was off the tips. Now for what's on the tips. So I think I had started this sock. I haven't worked on it that much, but I'm finished the leg. And I hope you guys can see. Yes, I think it's picking it up. So this is the gravel pattern by MINA PHILLIP. Let me just tuck this in here. And there's kind of like a diamond like cross hatching thing that happens with the way that all the knits and purls work together. I really, really love it. It's so neat. And this is my first time ever doing a self-striping sock with a pattern on it of any sort, and I like it. I think I'll do it again. So I'm really, really happy with that, and like they're just super cushy there. I only have one. But it's coming along, and the reason why I'm not knitting two concurrently is because partially I did not want to go through the hassle of caking up two skeins from one, splitting it. And the way that Christina, who is the cozy knitter, dyes up her skeins is that it's just like one concurrent repeat. So if I started knitting from the inside, it would be the reverse of this sock. And I don't think I can handle like fraternal striping socks. It's just not something, doesn't sit well. So the second one will get cast on after I do the first one, which is totally fine. I'm also considering maybe doing a contrasting heel. I don't know. There's a lot of like debating going on with this pair, but I'm loving it. I love the yarn. I love the stitch pattern. What's not to love? It's socks. We know I love socks. And it's funny because, well, it makes me chuckle because it's living in my MENA Mix bag. Woo. Super cute. Love it. It's the perfect sock size bag. Perfect size. Oh, and I was going to mention, with finishing this exploration station, I have a lot of yarn left. So I'm not sure if this is going to block out to be as big as it kind of states in the pattern. I hope it will be. I want it to be nice and big. I mean, it's big, but you know what I mean. So here is one cake, two cake, and 3 and 4. So these two used up a little bit more. I believe this purple one, the Knitting I Love song, has 47 grams left, which is the least amount left over. This one I believe has 50, the mint green. And these ones both have like, I don't know, I think the purple is close to 60 and the gray might have 55. So, I mean, quite a bit left over. We'll see what I do with them. But yes, so that was left over. The next thing that's on the needles, I am using some really lovely yarn that was gifted to me from Jessica, who is the dyer behind Dye Monkey Yarn, so I talked about before. And this is the Cherry Blossom Twist Monkey base. Like, the colorway is Cherry Blossom, the base is Twist Monkey, and it is her single ply fingering weight, 70% merino, 30% silk. It's so nice. Ugh. So nice. And again, if it's not focused, I'm so sorry. But it's a beautiful pink color. I really like it. And I've started knitting it up, which this looks hilarious right now just because of the shape that it is. It's a nice little V right now. I don't even know if I can show it quite. But there's like the tip, the V, and like because it's pink, like depending on how it's lying, I'm not knitting a uterus. I'm not, but kind of looks like one at the moment. So this pattern is Cat Mint, and it is by Jenny F., who is also known as Sweater Freak on, I think she's Sweater Freak on Instagram and on Ravelry. She's got some really great patterns. But this is going to be the first type of shawl that I've knit in this kind of shape. So this is the beginning and one side of it. So I believe it's knit on the bias on both sides to create kind of this like arrow type of thing. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it. And then I think at the other end we taper it in to be an arrow at that end too. And there's some eyelets that come in, and these eyelet sections end up flip-flopping from left and right, left and right. Right now I'm on a solid section. I'm really enjoying it. One really cool thing, which I think I can say about the pattern, even though it's a paid pattern, the stitch count never changes. So, you know, as long as you're able to do the eyelets correctly, as long as you're remembering to do the row, you never have to worry about stitch count, really, in the sense that, like, oh no, I was supposed to increase 8 and now I don't have that right number. It's gonna be so nice just to knit the thing. Just to knit the thing. Yeah, so I've started that. Lovely. I think I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think I have some speed to my knitting. Okay, nothing crashed. No lightning bolt came down and struck me. But I think I do. I mean, I knit this shawl super fast, you guys, and I'm not trying to knit things super fast. I'm just knitting. I'm just knitting. I just enjoy it. I'm just doing it. Yeah, I don't know. It's great. It's absolutely great. So we'll see how far along that one gets. Yeah. So that's all I have on the tips as of right now, but I am starting a test knit or two really soon. I'll talk to you more about that once I actually get them and show you the yarn that I'm going to use. I think I have it decided. We'll see if the ones I have work once I get the pattern. Yeah. So I think we need to go to yarn mail. Let me move this over. Oh yeah, stuff is living. Lots of stuff has been living in my Mount Revelstoke bag from Lone Larch from Jenny. holds a lot of stuff in here, you guys. My whole exploration was in here the whole time, and that's 4 full skeins of yarn, plus the big bulky project. Perfect. Let's see. How am I? Ooh. I'll show you this one first. Beautiful, right? So this is from Once Upon a Corgi from Gabby. And this is her Apple Fritters colorway. I kind of want to take the label off, but I don't. So it's this beautiful like brown with these red splotches. Almost like a candy apple red, but like muted. I don't know. I really, really like it. The thing that I really like about this, it's on her ISSAC base, which is 100% POLWARTH, which I've never touched before in my life. Well, prior to DES, once this came in the mail, I touched it. But prior to that, I've never touched POLWARTH. I wasn't expecting it to be quite this soft. I don't know what it is. Like, it's kind of like a BFL in the sense that like you can feel some of the fibers grippiness, but like it is, to me, it's soft. I don't know if my fingers are changing, if my hands and sensitivity are changing, but I am so excited for this. I think it's going to be a pair of socks. It'll be super, super fun. And like it was just so nice because I had kind of missed her update 3 weeks ago now? 2? It was her first one with her new colorways. And her first update as like an independent dyer as her primary job, as her only job, as her full-time job, which is super exciting. But I made a mess of this. Let's just get that away. The thing that really made it exciting that that was still there when I went and checked out her shop is that totally reminds me of my dad. My dad loves fritters. Apple, blueberry, I think those are the 2 main ones. So it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I might pick a stitch. They're going to be for me. My dad won't wear wool socks, I don't think. Pretty sure he won't. So they're going to be for me. But I want to pick kind of like a masculine-ish stitch pattern on it, so we'll see what that ends up being. But I thought that was kind of neat. So yeah, Once Upon a Corgi, super excited, and she just came out with, is it the Oliver base? That's her DK alpaca base, I think. I think that looks great. But yeah. So next into the yarn mail, some more Dye Monkey yarns, Tap Monkey, because I really like the skein she sent me before that was the amethyst colorway that I knit a pair of socks out of. This is her female and Merlot colorway, which I really, really love. And to me, it brings up Sex in the City kind of thoughts. It brings up like texting boys or emailing boys that you have crushes on when you've had a few. Like it's such a fun name for a colorway and a gorgeous color. This is going to be, I'm 100% sure, okay, maybe 90% sure that this is going to be a pair of socks. And it's going to be the prettiest, daintiest pair of socks I have. I'm so excited. And it's so, like, it's so squishy. It's so soft. It's beautiful. And in there she included a little mini skein. I have no idea what color this is, what colorway name it is, but it is a beautiful, like, it's almost like a periwinkle blue maybe, but more on the blue side. It's really pretty. And it would actually go quite nicely with this one. We'll see what happens. Oh, and I wanted to mention, so we're kind of crossing into different segment, I guess. I don't really like segments. I don't know. I never stick to them. But, so the dyer behind Dye Monkey Yarns is Jessica, who I have mentioned a few times today, and I've mentioned her before. She messaged me the other day asking a favor because she has come out with a podcast, you guys. She's been wanting to do one for a while, but she's been super nervous and like, oh my god, how do I do it? So she's done it. She recorded her pilot episode, which I think is fantastic for her first episode, kind of trying it out. Am I going to like it? It's great. Her podcast is called Knit Up and Dye, as in D-Y-E. I think it's a great name. I think it's an absolutely great name. And I really enjoyed the first episode. The only thing I didn't like is that it wasn't long enough. That was it. That was the only issue. I think it might have been 12 minutes, maybe 15. So I was like, oh, but it's done, which was kind of poopy. But it was great. She has great dictation, which I know my dictation gets really poopy and mumbly sometimes. But she talks very clearly, but not like clearly in a way that like she's trying to educate you and be like, duh, 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 duh. It's natural. It's her way of speaking. She moves her mouth properly, I guess. I don't know. Other than me, who will. It's great. She's definitely part of the enabling committee because I already looked up the yarn company that she talked about, which is beautiful yarn. And she mentioned how she's going to show us around like her dye studio, her kitchen, and like how colorways kind of play together and where her inspiration comes from. I'm so excited. So, hi Jessica. I am so excited to see more, and I think you guys should go over, check out her pilot. She's looking for constructive criticism as well, so if there's something that's in there that you're kind of going, ooh, tell her. Or if there's something that's missing, let her know, because she is more than ready to hear about what we want as viewers. So go have a listen. She's super entertaining. Welcome to the club, Jess. So yeah, that was a little side note. But a big side note, not a bad side note, a good one. As podcast. So I did. It's finally gotten its way to me. I don't know what happened at the post office, but something happened. So I got a post-stitch subscription box. I won it through Mina's podcast, the Knitting Expat podcast. And I got the Big Stitch Light subscription box. So it comes with the yarn, it comes with the pattern, and it comes with notions for the pattern. I think it's the Big Stitch subscription box that comes with the needles that you need for the project as well. I have needles, I don't need them, which is kind of why I wanted to try this box. And it just so happens that I want it, so that was kind of convenient. So yeah, post-stitch box. It came in an envelope, which I thought was a little interesting. That was the one thing that kind of, I was like, oh, I thought it was supposed to come in a box. Doesn't really matter. Minor details. So here are the two patterns. It's the Miriam hat. There we go. Lovely cable on it. It's really nice. Really, really pretty. And then there is the Miriam cowl. They're a little crumpled because they've just been hanging around a bit. But there's two different cables on this. One is kind of like your traditional, like over, under kind of cable. And then the other one is more like a braided, I call them more of like a Celtic cable. Kill me if I'm wrong, but that's what they remind me of. Yeah, so the cowl. And I think both patterns say they take about 100 grams. Let me double check this. 80 to 100 grams of worsted weight yarn. 80 to 100 grams of worsted weight yarn. And so the box, which is really what you guys want to see, right? I've left the cable needles in my notions pouch, which isn't here with me, but came with a set of Clover 3-pack of cable needles as well. That's the notions that it came with. And the yarn. So it came with 2 skeins of Richard DeVries. What does he call this base? It's not on here. But it's his worsted weight yarn, which I don't think has really come out yet in a lot of stores. I know Urban Yarns is going to be having it at Knit City in their booth. People are going to go crazy. But this is the Chronicles colorway, and it is speckled goodness. It is going to look great. I'm so excited. But the thing with this is that there is only... oh no, there's 80 grams approximately in here. So technically, if my gauge is on point, hat, cowl, I can do both. So exciting. And then, because I had to get in touch with the ladies of Post Stitch in order for them to send me this box, they, I believe, are going to offer a discount code to you. I have no idea what the discount code is yet. Maybe it'll come to me in editing. If it does, it'll be here. Or maybe here. It'll be somewhere. If not, I will announce it next week. But there will be a discount code should you get a Post Stitch box, which I think is great. There's 3 different options. There is the Big Stitch. And that is typically a shawl pattern from my understanding, or it's a large women's accessory pattern. And it comes with the needles, it comes with a notion, so I don't know, let's say maybe it needs buttons, it would come with buttons, or it needs, I think buttons is a need for a project potentially, so it would come with buttons, should it need buttons. Needles, comes with the pattern, that's kind of important, and it comes with the yarn, so depending on how much yarn the project needs, you get it. Great. And then the Big Stitch Light, same thing, except it doesn't give you the project needles, from my understanding. And I believe there was something in the description. I believe it's typically the same pattern as the Big Stitch box. With Mina's collection that she wrote, it was different. So I guess maybe just pay attention when you're choosing. And then there's the socks subscription box too, which would come with, I'm assuming, sock needles, because it's early still this morning, the yarn, the pattern, and whatever notions, probably like some stitch markers, maybe darning needles, something like that. Really, really great. They are a US-based company. If you have a PO box over in the States, I believe it is, I want to say $3 flat rate shipping. Don't quote me on it. It was something like that for domestic shipping in the US. To Canada, I have no idea what it is. International, no idea. But I'm sure it's reasonable. And I believe there's a few different options if you want to sign up. You can sign up for 1 month. You can sign up for different sets of multiple months, I believe. The more months you sign up for at the beginning, the more money you save down the road. The ladies also really take time to pick, you know, either they contact the designer and go, hey, would you be interested in designing something specific for us? Is there a yarn that you enjoy? They can get the yarn inspiration that way. Or they have a yarn in mind that they can't get locally to them. So it's a mother and daughter team. And they don't really have a local yarn store really close to them. So they decided to kind of be the local yarn store delivered to your door. I think it's great. If you don't have a local yarn store, I think these kind of boxes are fantastic. They're not giving you, not that there's anything wrong with them, you know, like like a basic yarn from Walmart or Michael's, or what's the one in the States, like Joann's and things like that. Like, they're not giving you just these like run-of-the-mill, everybody has them. They're giving you these kind of boutique house yarns, which is great. If you don't have a local little yarn store that kind of carries these lines, you can get them delivered straight to your door, which is even better sometimes than going to the yarn store. Am I right? Saves you some time because it's right there to your door. You have the pattern. Depending on the box, you have the needles. You're ready to go. I think it's really great. So definitely check them out. If I get that code, I will pop it up in editing for sure. But yeah, if not, stay tuned next week and then you can get yourself a box, which would probably be good timing for the November box, I think. At the end of the month of September. At the end of the month, I believe, so like September 30th is the last day you can sign up for the October box because they ship out on the 1st of October. So depending on when this code comes out, you guys might be signing up in October, should you so choose, for the November box. Should timing go like that, I think. We got the cat a new toy. It's a little stuffed frog with like you shove catnip in it. He's playing with it. Super cute. Not a whole lot to talk about, I don't think, other than being distracted by the cat. Who doesn't get distracted by their cat? Earlier this week, on I think it was Saturday night, I took part in a virtual knit night that was hosted by Shannon of Etc. There was a whole whack of people on there, which was really, really fun. Jenny of Lone Larch was there. Grace of Babbling, what does she call her? Babbling something. Not coming to me. Sorry, Grace. There was Marceline of Brownberry Knits, I think is what it's called. Lindsay of the Fiber Seed was there. Marnie, who is just a viewer and she claims herself to be a fangirl. We're all fangirls. There was a Nancy, Shannon, Joanna came in before I left. There's a whole whack of us, and it's such a neat thing. So we ended up using, I think it's the Go Meet Me kind of app, program, website, whatever it is, which is really cool. And we found out because there was more than 6 of us, you're only allowed like 6 webcams on the screen at a time, which was kind of fun because we ended up like switching out people intermittently throughout, which was really kind of neat. Some people enjoyed not being on camera and just like hearing the conversation and chiming in. Shannon didn't block me, which was great. She did mute me for a second, which was just hilarious. We talked about poop, always funny. We talked about trimming hedges, also very funny. Just good conversation. I think I was on there. It started at 5:30. I was a little late because I had to update some crap on my computer. I think I was on there before 6 and I left 9:30-ish. I think I was on there for about 4 hours. It didn't feel like 4 hours. I got the last 4 rows of the chevron section done on this, and then I didn't touch it for the rest of it. But then after I got offline, I decided to start the I-cord, which I had told those ladies, like, I'm not anticipating having it done till Sunday, end of day Monday at the latest. I finished it Saturday night. I don't know how I did it, but it's done. It's beautiful. And what else did we do on that thing? Jenny showed us some of her bags that went up in her shop, which I think, I don't know if there's any left in her shop. They were gorgeous. And we all, Lorelei was also there, who was working on her arrowed shape shawl, which is looking gorgeous. It was so neat just to be able to see these people in real time and chat and comment and laugh hysterically with each other, not just alone in front of a camera. Super, super fun. I'm looking forward to the next one. If you guys are looking into something like that, I'm not sure. I think I heard about it through Shannon on Periscope. I know the Two Tangled Skiing Ladies host one every now and then. If I can find more information on where to find them, I will pass it on to you. Yes, but I'm going to shut this down. Andrew still hasn't come home yet, so I can wrap this up. Wish you a happy day. I will potentially record a little giveaway video on Saturday for those of you that win a gift prize. Announce it, or I'll just contact you directly. We'll see what happens with that one. But that closes on Saturday, the 20, whatever that is, 4th, I think. Yeah, I'm so excited about everything. It's so great. Again, thank you for watching. If this is your first time stopping by, nice to see you, nice to meet you. If you are returning, I hate the word returning. It comes out kind of funny. And I also usually say retuning. But if you've come back for more, so nice to see you, and I hope to see you again next time, which should hopefully be a week. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying whatever you're working on. If you're at work, hopefully it's a good day. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day today, but I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Kitty, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm investigating. Here he comes. Come here. Well, you guys can't even see him. Come here. Not happening. I look like a crazy person talking to a cat who you guys can't see. Right on, Elise.